Awesome. So, hey guys, my name's Nicole. I am so glad we're here together. I know our time is valuable, and I really appreciate the opportunity to share the good news. So, I'd like to start off first by asking a question, and I really want you to think about this. So, if nothing changes, where would you be 12 weeks from now? Right? And really give yourself a minute there, because the truth is, those 12 weeks are coming either way, right? All right. So I guess my real question is, are the next 12 weeks just going to pass you by, or are they going to actually change something for you? Because let's face it, we all know what to do already, right? When it comes to our health, we know we need to eat better, we need to sleep more, we need to drink water, we need to move our bodies, we need to take care of ourselves, right? We know this, but knowing isn't the problem, right? The issue is most people are trying to function in a body that's undernourished, right? And eventually that catches up with us. So it can show up as, low energy, brain fog, cravings, burnouts, chronic illness, right? The list can go on. I can continue with this because when our body is missing what it actually needs, willpower is not enough. Yeah. But when your body actually gets what it needs, you can flourish. And that's when real things start to shift. And that's why this exists. So I'm absolutely over the moon to be able to share this. It's a simple 12-week journey
Oh,
to
we
give
journey.
your body, well, perfect. Um, to give your body, real nourishment, cleansing support, and to help reduce inflammation. And for many, it becomes a lifestyle that honestly we never want to stop. So why? You might be asking, like, what is this about? What are you talking about? And at the end of the day, this is about having something that you can lean on, right? That's how I like to think of it. Something simple enough to do and structured enough to work. That's why it works, because it removes the friction, right? It shows up at your doorstep. It takes minutes to prepare, and after you're giving your body what it's been missing day after day with something as simple as this, you can actually stick with it. And when you stick with it, that's when things start to change, right? So I'm going to share a little bit about my story because I didn't just learn this. I actually had to come into this the hard way, to be honest with you. This came to my door as a complete blessing. It was something that changed my life in ways I never expected. So there was a season for my family where I wasn't really looking for anything. I was honestly living on a prayer. I was, you know, just crying every night, just begging God for mercy on our family, truly. Our family was grieving. We had just lost my niece, my sister's daughter had just passed away, and I was watching my sister go through one life-threatening complication after another. And life was incredibly heavy, as you can imagine. Our finances were literally crumbling beneath our feet. And I was struggling. We were all struggling, to say the least. And as a mom and a sister and an aunt, I just wanted to nourish my family, right? I thought, okay, there's one thing that I can do. Yet getting a meal on the table felt so overwhelming and sometimes pointless, which was really difficult to accept. But when we pray, God answers. And one day there was a knock at the door, and a friend brought over what became our basket of hope. And it was a basket filled with this very nutrition that we're talking about. And boy, we needed it. Time really blurred in that season. In seasons of struggle, it's hard to keep track of days. But before we knew it, 30 days had gone by, and we just kept getting this nutrition to my sister, whether she was in or out of the hospital. And we were sharing it with the whole family. And slowly we witnessed shifts because God and his provisions, they were restoring us from the inside out. And we got to witness this. And over time, we were back outside and in the garden again. And you have no idea what that meant to me. It literally was everything in those moments. And so it came in a really difficult time for us, but it didn't just help us in that season. It's become something we continue to lean on during this day, like to this very day. It's right next to me. It surrounds me pretty much all the time because through of all life's changes, whether we've moved or there's uncertainty or we're in places of complete joy on vacations, this has helped equip us to keep showing up for what matters most in our life. So, through this experience, what I've realized is simple. People don't need something complicated, right? They need something real food, pure whole food, just the way God intended it to be. And having access to pure ingredients grown the way God designed at living enzyme rich level that we get here, that's what changes how your body responds. Right? So there's two ways that you step in to this. You can go with the Ultimate Lifestyle Transformation, which we call the ULT for short. And this is a deeper reset. It comes with two simple, nutrient-dense meals a day, right? Or there's a Lifestyle Transformation Daily, which we call the LTD. And that's a more gradual approach. It's one simple, nutritious meal a day, right? Both are designed to fit into your life. They don't take it over. So no need to worry there. And while you're out there living life on this program, you have all of these amazing core products to support you, right? Your body's being supported in your gut, right? Because when your gut is off, you feel it. And usually everybody else around you feel it, right? Have you been around somebody whose gut is not feeling well? Usually they're moody, they're grouchy, they're sensitive, right? And in today's world, we're exposed to things like glyphosate. I don't know if you've heard of it, but it's one of the most heavily used chemicals in agriculture today, and it completely disrupts our gut microbiome, right? So we have a product called Biomedic that comes in either one of those packages, and it binds to glyphosate, and it helps remove it from your body. And it also helps to support a healthy gut environment for you. And all of this is backed by clinical research. It's absolutely amazing, and there's been so many testimonies with just that one product alone. But your package would come with so much more, right? Next would be your strength and the super aminos. And this product is my favorite by far. If you know, you know. I feel like super mom when I'm on Super Aminos 23. It really helps your body repair and rebuild and recover. And as a 43-year-old mother with two teenagers and a 7-year-old and multiple businesses, being in the heat all day here in Southwest Florida, like this is gold for me. I don't ever feel like I'm running on empty anymore, like I once did, right? Um, then the package also comes with something to support your cells. So you get cellular nourishment with the Power Shake and the Dark Berry. Now, this is real nutrient dense fuel. This isn't just calories, right? Because most people are eating meals and they're just eating calories. So they feel full, but on a cellular level, they may not be being nourished, right? But this nourishes your body, and it's nourishment that your body can recognize and use. And it's supporting hydration and alkalinity, which is extremely rare to find in today's lifestyles. And it's so easy to prepare. It literally takes seconds to put in a shaker bottle, shake it up, and go. One of our newer products that we have that come with either one of those packages that I mentioned is the omegas. It's called the Alpha Omega, and this supports your brain and your heart, right? And your skin and your nails and all the good things, parts of the body. But this is huge because so many people are deficient in these omegas. And this is good for clarity and our focus and to have steady energy throughout the day. I know I've been having my 16-year-old daughter on this product, and she is just having amazing results with her skin and her mood as she's going through all these changes in life. So I'm super grateful to have this, and it's all plant-based algae as well, which is another really cool piece to the puzzle. So on top of that, you also get support for your body's natural detox pathways with the Super Cleansar. And this is huge. This is kind of the creme de la creme, right, of the package. This is something that you would do for a short period, for a season, for this 12 weeks. You don't have to do it all year long, but this is going to help your body, take out the trash, if you will, right? So whether it's parasites or mold or fungus or yeast, this is going to help you clear out what doesn't belong. So this is huge. This is a huge piece that we are missing in American culture to be removing parasites from our body rhythmically. So I highly encourage everyone to really step into that. And what's amazing about the Super Cleanser is that it's very gentle. And again, you can go and live your life while you're on this supportive pathway. So the last thing that it comes with is sleep nightly. And this is one of amazing products too, because everything feels harder when you're exhausted, right? We all know that feeling. Do I have moms on the call today? Because when we can allow our bodies to relax and actually get deep restorative sleep, this is where people really start to see transformation, right? This is where real restoration happens within the body, and the body can take all of these good things that we've given it all day long and change, right? And so we see better digestion. We can see steadier energy and clearer thinking, and obviously better sleep, balanced moods, less aches and pains. Like, drop it too if any of that sounds like something you want to experience, right? And this happens not because we try harder. That's the beautiful part of this. But because, we give our bodies what they finally needed. And I know some of you might be out there thinking like, yeah, but I've tried things before, right? So I totally get that. And I honestly thought I was doing all the right things too. But this is about giving your body what it's been missing consistently. And this is all formulated very holistically with a lot of intention to make sure it's hitting those notes that our body needs, right? Because we're all human. We're all different in many ways, which is amazing. But at the human body level, we all need the same things: minerals, vitamins, proteins, right? And at this day and age, we need detoxification on a daily basis, like something so we can remove the chemicals that we're just bombarded with. And when you stay with God's pure ingredients long enough, real change happens, right? So you don't have to believe everything that I'm saying. Actually, you probably don't. I mean, how could you, right? But I encourage you to just be open enough to give your body a real chance to respond to a 12-week program, right? And I didn't mention this earlier, but for those of you who know, this community is the most powerful part of this whole journey for me, because when you surround yourself around a community of solution-focused people, they can lift you out of the darkest days. Like, so you've got support, you've got community, oh, you've got people literally cheering you on and praying for you. And, there's been thousands of people who have already experienced this transformation, and there are thousands of people getting real results right now. And so you could be the next testimony, right? And it's just by staying consistent with this. It's not because it's hard. So that's kind of the part I can explain, right? But hearing it from people who've actually lived it is where the real goodness is. Because testimonies carry something that facts can't, right? They carry proof, they carry hope, they carry possibilities, if you will. So I'd love to hear from a few people who have, simply given themselves 12 weeks and experienced this firsthand. And as they share, I really encourage you to listen for a few things. Like, what made them start to begin with, right? Why did they step into this journey? Like, what actually changed for them? And what would they say to somebody who's on the fence right now, right? So if anybody wants to come off of mute or raise your hand, and I can have you, we'll kind of keep it short. But I would love to hear it. Yeah, like, what made you decide? What changed for you? And what would you say to someone who is, kind of questioning if this is a good path for them or not? And a reminder, we'll refrain from saying the words heal or cure and just keep it kosher for us all. All right, Rebecca, I'd love to hear from you.
Hey there. Yeah, so thanks for the opportunity to share, and thank you so much for this rich and rewarding presentation. I've I did my first ULT almost 6 years ago, or just over 6 years ago now. And it was very transformative for me. It got me out of chronic pain. But it had been a long time and several more pregnancies since I'd done another complete one. And I just did one. I finished a couple weeks ago. And the leveling up this time was so much surrounding energy, which restored confidence, which restored my ability to show up in my other business, which I know sounds like, how does this all go together? But seriously, when you have energy that just feels boundless and you can show up for your family. I have 8 children. I have a homestead. I have a lot to do, but it made me so confident and energetic. I actually showed up in a space that I had sort of written off this entire last year. And to have done that, I left a lot of people on the rocks. So I was so pleased to just get my energy and my vitality back so that I could continue to be a giver at a bigger level again. And so I look forward to doing this seasonally, not just here and there, but really, like you said, rhythmically. We need that in the US. We need a culture of rhythmic cleansing and really helping ourselves to help ourselves. And this is the easiest thing I have ever found, despite being in the health and wellness space for a very long time. So grateful to be here with all of you.
Oh, I love that, Rebecca. Yeah. And as you know, if we can even just impart this gift to mothers for them to have good energy to keep up with the household and the family, and if they're working to keep up with work, like what a blessing. What would change the world if we're able to do that. So on top of everything that I know you do as an athletic Olympic champion as well, Rebecca, that's just incredible to hear. And I do hear you too when you say, you know, every time you do it, we have a chance to get deeper in our cellular regeneration, right? Because we didn't become nutrient deficient overnight, right? This is generational, that we're becoming generationally more nutrient deficient as we go on. And so every time we step into this path, we give ourselves and our cells the opportunity to transform. Andrea, I'd love to hear from you.
Thank you for that eloquent and beautiful share, Rebecca. I echo the energy level. I just want to say, like, over time, I'm just recognizing that energy level and the aminos. Like, your body knows before your brain gets it, right? Like, that you need this. And I don't like taking tablets, and especially if these tablets are a good size. So I'm usually one that will not be consistent with taking pills. But as soon as I wake up, my body's like, where's those aminos? Like, my body knows that I need to take them. So I've been consistently taking them, and over time now seeing the energy, and like I just need to have them. Like I just have to have them. And the sleep one is what's called the sleep nightly. Like, I thought that I was sleeping well. And like, of course, I'm not checking on a phone or any kind of app to know what my REM time is or anything, or what my circadian rhythm. But I thought, oh, like, I sleep well because I only get up maybe once to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night. Just 3 nights of taking that. When I woke up, I thought, wait a minute, am I still even alive? Like, I felt so rested that I didn't even realize that I wasn't rested, because I'm used to working shift work before. And so I thought, okay, I'm good. And you don't know that you're not rested until you get rested. Like, it's hard to describe. But my sister noticed, like, I went to visit my sister on the weekend, and she said, Andrea, you've got like a pep in a step in your step. You've got a pep in your step, like you're, and I'm like, oh my goodness, like, that's right. Like, so somebody else noticed it and made me realize, yeah, that's right. I am feeling this energy that's putting a pep in my step. And what put me on this whole journey is like being a cancer survivor and just being like on that journey of holistic self-care. And so being a part of this community and being a part of this program is a big part of it. Like, it ticks off most of the boxes because my mood is better as well, and my energy, and I feel it's just great to feel better, to feel more like myself again. So thank you so much for this opportunity to share, and for this opportunity of being such part of a beautiful community. Thank you.
And I'm so
God
excited.
is good.
I know that
God
somebody
is
needs
good.
that.
Mhm.
Yes, yes, and you are glowing for sure. I
Yeah.
can see your pep in your step from the Zoom. So hallelujah. I love
Uh,
it. And yes, restorative sleep. If you don't know, you don't know, right? We don't know what we don't know.
yeah.
I didn't know what satiated felt like until I started consuming the shakes, right? Power Shake and Dark Berry. My cells were like, oh wow, this is what it feels
Yeah.
to have my needs met, right? Completely life changing. I love it. Hey, so we have time for one more share. Rita.
Hi, beauties. Thank you for this call. I love seeing everyone's transformation and just all the stories. And Yeah, I've been really grateful to be part of this program for about 7 years now. And also, it was such a gift, life-giving gift. I had struggled with chronic pain for about 15 years from a really severe accident that I was told I wouldn't come back from, right? And so obviously tried everything within that time, literally turned over every single stone. And I'm lucky I grew up in a really healthy family, organic gardens, all the amazing things, exercise outdoor, great community. But this was the missing link. And like so many, I had literally invested thousands of dollars into my own healing journey. And this was the first thing where it just all the pieces clicked. The missing puzzle pieces came together. And it's because of the way that it's grown, the regenerative nutrition, the nutrient density. But I also remember, literally within like a week, my cells, a few days, 3 days, my cells just feeling so alive. And then within 10 days, cravings just disappearing. Like I remember I used to just open the fridge and then close the fridge and then open the fridge and be like, what do I need? Nothing looks good. Close the fridge. Open the fridge. What do I need? Nothing looks good. And that just completely disappeared and went away, as well as, cravings for different foods that I loved but weren't necessarily serving. And I suddenly started craving what was truly serving me. So just the self-care, the deep, deep, deep self-care, the learning how to really listen to your body and serve your body. And then the simplicity, right? It saves me so much time. It saves me on my grocery bill. And now with my sweet little baby girl, like she loves the shakes. She cannot get enough, right? And every time she's just like, more, more. And she gets so happy and excited. So like you, Nicole, just grateful to have it through every single phase, from getting back to my passions, getting back to my athletics, getting back to my joy, and then being able to pass that forward to the next generation. And then also just witnessing so many people firsthand get to do this and getting to do this with them and watching their transformation. It literally brings me hope on a daily basis, like this community, this company, this integrity, just all of it. So love you and thank you for this call.
Yes, I love that. I have an image of my children opening and closing the fridge, right? When you're saying that. And I do have to say the rule in this house is do your Purium first. If they haven't had their Purium, that's when they're like digging in the fridge. And as soon as they have a shake and take their supplements, I don't see them for like, 2 hours, 3 hours. They're out playing, doing their own thing. And I 100% agree. Like this is for the next generation, right? We are helping to restore the soil, which 99% of is depleted in this country. So every time we support ourselves through this nutrition, we're supporting a better environment, a better planet that we get to leave behind. So we can see how these stories matter, right? Because they remind us that change is still possible. They also remind us of something else, right? Like staying the same has a cost. If we doing nothing today can feel easier, right? I get that. But over time, it usually costs more. So if you've tried a lot, if you started and stopped, if you've lost hope, your story's not over, right? There's a saying that our pastor says, if you have a pulse, you have a purpose. And I 100% believe that, right? So I encourage you, give yourself the 12 weeks, be curious, lean in. There's actually a 60-day money back guarantee anyway. So you have nothing to lose, maybe besides some like glyphosate and inflammation and maybe a few pounds, right? So you don't have to be perfect with this. You just need to stay consistent and see what can happen when you give your body like what has been missing, right? So again, I'm going to end with this question, right? So if we fast forward 12 weeks from now, which is going to happen either way, right? Who are you going to be, right? Who are you going to be when you get there? No, are you going to have a 12-week transformation, or are you going to be in possibly more pain and tired still and struggling still with life? Like I know what that space is and I know the possibilities here. So I'd love to say, do me a favor, if you will, right? If this has at all connected with you, reach out and thank the person who shared this with you because they deeply care about you, right? Reach back out to them and let them help you decide what's going to be best fit for your life. And it's really that simple. I'm super excited to hear your transformation over the next 12 weeks too. We do this call every Thursday. So I hope to see you here next Thursday with some really amazing results. And I hope you all have a wonderful night. Thanks for joining. You can stop the recording, Mary Beth. And if anybody has